All right. So welcome to Magical Monday Manifestations. I'm your host, Valorie Lewis. I have two co-hosts, two co-moderators, Jillian and Jacqueline, who will be watching the room and helping me moderate here today. And as far as how this event runs, what we do is we start with tarot cards, which Spirit usually picks the deck that I'm supposed to pull from. And I did not check in soon enough to know what that deck is. So it'll be a surprise for all of us. We start with tarot cards, and then we move over into oracle cards. Spirit weaves its message in there. No matter where you are in your spiritual path, I'm sure you will hear something that can benefit your path today. And so before we start, I'm just going to ask everyone to take just a brief moment to set their intention and send it out to the universe, God, source, whatever your higher power is. Set your intentions for what you would like to receive from this reading today. Guidance, general input, entertainment, jokes, I can cover that. If you have burning questions that you're looking for answers to, send those requests up to the universe. All right. And now we're going to turn off our asking because we cannot ask and receive at the same time. We're going to put ourselves in the receiving mode. And a simple way to do that is just to say, Spirit, Source, God, whoever your higher power is. This is not the deck I want. I'm ready to receive any and all guidance that is in my highest and best good. As simple as that. And then allow yourself to receive. Okay, I know the deck I want, and I don't see it. Which maybe means that's not the deck I'm supposed to pull from. I just had it. Oh, I know where I put it. One moment. All right, sorry about that. Got it. I'm reading from, as we start with Tarot, I'm reading from Tarot de la Nuit, which is basically, I call it one of my divine feminine tarot decks because almost, not all, but almost all of the characters in this tarot deck are divine feminine, female in nature. There are a few male archetypes like the kings, and I think a couple of the knights, but for the most part, every card in the 78 card deck is a female archetype. Why are we going with divine feminine? Why? Because we are ready to receive. We just had a new moon. Some of you practice moon rituals and set your intentions. You just set your intentions just a couple of minutes ago, and we are going to move into the receiving mode so that we can receive answers, guidance, whatever it is we've been asking for. I feel like also Jupiter is very active up there. Jupiter is the god of luck and good fortune. And along with all the astrological happenings, I just feel like something is going on in the universe where something is about to pop for a lot of us. A lot of us are about to get prayers answered, wishes fulfilled, dreams advanced. I just feel it. I feel it in my bones. No, I don't feel it in my bones. I feel it in my soul. That's even deeper. My bones are too old and crackly to be trying to feel stuff in. All right. I've got the tarot cards pulled. Let's see what guidance, spirit, source, the divine has for us today from the tarot. Ooh. Interesting. This is one of those tarot decks where there's an extra card in the deck. So it's actually, I said 78, it's actually 79 cards. Sometimes artists of tarot decks put an extra card in there for whatever reason. I like this one. And it is the first card we pulled for our draw for our card pull today. And it is called Angel of the Night. Angel de la Nuit. Let me hold that up one more time because that's a pretty striking figure there. Look, the butterfly. There's a butterfly in the darkness. Okay, Angel of the Night. And I'm going to go to the book to see what the special card is because I don't remember the artist meaning for this. And I need my glasses. Angel de l'ennemi. I wonder if it comes first or last. I think it comes last after all the other cards. Bonus card, yes. I'm the angel of night. If you pick me up, then my message to you is that your inner night is soon coming to an end. Hallelujah. You may have walked in darkness for some time, but soon, very soon, a new full moon will rise and will show you the way. My phosphorescent butterflies are here to guide you. Believe in luck. Believe in me. Believe in you. My black soft wings are protecting you from now on. Into your ear, I whisper my sweet lullaby. Have no fear, honey. Everything is going to be fine. The night is nothing to be afraid of anymore. And the warm sun that you hold within is ready to shine again. Ooh, so many messages in that card. Dark nights are over. Even in the darkness, there's guides. That phosphorescent butterfly, which is a symbol of change or transformation, is there helping you, lighting up just a little bit, illuminating just a little bit. I love it all. I like how she said, believe in luck, believe in me, believe in you, believe in luck is important because, like I said, Jupiter is active, or was active. I think it's still active. I think it's still in retrograde, which means we got a lot going on up there that is really going to help us with manifesting and with stepping into fortune, luck, all of those things that Jupiter governs over. So really good message to start the week, to start out with. And it's a bonus card. Just that in of itself, the energy of bonus, the energy of good fortune. Bonuses are you looking to call into your life? All right, next up is the 9 of Swords. This is almost the same message as this card that said your dark night is almost over. Look for the light, look for the next full moon. This is almost the same because the 9 of the Swords. The 9 of Swords is right before the 10 of Swords, and the 10 of Swords is completion. So it's saying we're coming to the end of something. Whatever the end of that something is, I feel like it's good. Even if it's a good thing, maybe it's the end of a celebration, but it's still a good thing because you're ending that so that you can start your next chapter, so that you can move into even more. 9 of Swords is also the card that is about, okay, so first we're going to look at it as almost at the end of something. Second, we're going to look at it as this is a troubled person who cannot even sleep. They're bent over, but you can tell that's not a sleeping position. 9 of Swords is usually represented by someone with a pillow and their head's not laying on the pillow. They can't sleep. They're up at night. Swords is the card that governs our thinking mind and our communication, the suit that governs thought and communication, which means something is stuck. You are worrying too much. You're in too much fear, too much doubt. Your thoughts are now in control. Take your thoughts out of the driver's seat, put them in the back seat, regain control of the wheel so that you can get more sleep, first of all, but so that you can clearly see that whatever you have been going through, it is almost over. You just need to get more control of your thoughts. How do I get more control of my thoughts, Valorie? Meditate, take a break, go walk in nature, play with your grandkids or any kid. Well, not any kids, you might get in trouble if you do that, but play with kids that make you smile and remind you of how to have good, fun, wholehearted fun. Anything that you can do to take yourself out of your current situation and distract you for just a minute is going to shift that energy. It's going to shift those things for you. So, but the good news is it's a 9. You're almost over. Next up, King of Cups. King of Cups. I told you there was a few male archetypes in this deck, and the King of Cups is one of them. I love this card. First of all, cups are about our emotional and intuitive self. So it can be either your emotions or your intuition. But look at that. Look at the energy moving through his veins. I just love that depiction. So the King of Cups is a male archetype who is very much emotionally intelligent. Also, Cups, very much in tune with his intuitive side. Now, we often think of the male archetype as the actioner, the doer, and the female archetype is the one that provides the intuition and the guidance. But this King of Cups, even though he is the masculine and he's representing cups, it still means that he is so willing to listen to the intuition that comes from his divine feminine. All of us, whether male, female, however we identify, have masculine and feminine, divine masculine and feminine within us. So this is saying that he is very much in tune with his emotions. He's emotionally intelligent. Again, his emotions are not, his emotions are not running the show. And he is listening to his intuition. That is what his guiding force is, but he is still in charge. Kings, male, divine masculine, are the actioners. They're the ones that take the intuition as an input, and what they output is the action, the inspired action. Let me be very clear. We're not just out here doing any old shit. Inspired action. He's very much listening to the inspiration and the intuition and following inspired action. I want to see, I know this book specifically talks about the veins. Let's see. Grand Master of Emotions is what it calls this character. I love this book because it speaks as if the character is talking to you. So, being a king, I had to find balance between my intellect and my feelings. The point is not to repress emotion, it was to master them with kindness and compassion. My heart is alive. I feel its golden arteries sending me messages, and I know how and when to hear them. Whenever strong feelings come to me, I explore them lucidly, but I never let them run over me. I can counsel my subjects because I understand the mechanisms of human souls. This emotional stability makes my strength. It is also the only way to bring peace inside and around me. Time for you to do exactly the same and to become the master of your own emotions. This is my will, so be it. The only way to bring peace inside and around me. Has anybody got unrest, not peace, the opposite of peace in your life? This is a clue onto how to bring that, how to start seeing more peace, how to start manifesting more peace around you, is you got to find your inner peace first. Get in control of your own emotions. The key words for this card: controlled emotions, compassion, loyalty, maturity, and diplomacy. I really like that card. Golden arteries of energy. Ooh, sending compassion and hugs to you, Rowan, on that new job and the situation surrounding it. Maybe this card not only is for the group, but also helping you a little bit with that, finding that inner peace, even when everything around you is not peaceful, maybe even toxic. You still got to go within, turn within. All right, and the next one, I call this one the Jon Snow card, but this is Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords, those of you that know GOT know that this is like almost an exact representation of, see, Stacy's like, yes, I'm there with you. Okay, Knight of Swords. So interesting, because the King of Swords we know is masculine, who is talking about I'm in control first and then I take action. I find my inner peace and then I look for peace without. The Knight of Swords, knights are also the actionaries of the tarot. And we just had a Nine of Swords, which said you're letting your thoughts run away. You're letting your thoughts drive the card. It's causing unrest. It's making you stay up at night. And here we have the Knight of Swords, which to me, I'm saying, Spirit is saying, I told you once, now I'm telling you again, get in control of your thoughts. Your thoughts are running the show, and your thoughts are causing you all of the unpleasantness in your life. Get in control of your thoughts. Take action to get in control of your thoughts. Let's see what else the book has to say about Mr. Jon Snow. I haven't used this deck in a while, so I'm not sure what all of these characters speak to. But I do want to see the Knight of Swords. Charge forth, brave knight. If you come across my path, know that I won't let anything or anyone stop me. The wild power of my white wolf and black crow run through my veins. I'm looking for a black crow. Maybe it's there. Oh, you can barely see it. It's right here. There's like a little wing right there. And interestingly enough, Game of Thrones had black crows as well. I think the author of this book was a Game of Thrones fan. Okay. The wild power of my white wolf and black crow run through my veins. Danger is a detail that I care not about. There's only one road possible, and it has led me to victory. Compassion or softness are not my concern at the present moment. I want to reach my goals, whatever the consequences may be. I feel you're on the same crusade. You have this quest to accomplish, and there's nothing stopping you. Maybe there will be collateral damages. So what? I advise against that. But let me keep going from this knight's point of view. No grail can be found by staying put and quiet. So go on, move forward and further. Let no winter wind ever slow you down. Don't rest till you've won. And so the Knight of Swords, the keywords are ambition, quest, determination, fearlessness, strong masculine power. Now, what I'm going to say about where he says, maybe there's going to be collateral damages, but so what? This is talking about in a righteous way. When you say, I can't speak my mind because my family members will stop talking to me, collateral damage. But are you going to let that stop you from your path of speaking your mind, from standing in your truth, from standing in your beliefs, from being the spiritual being that you came here to be? So in a righteous way, you need to stop paying so much attention to the collateral damage and make sure that you are following your heart, make sure that you are following the guidance of the Supreme, and don't let anything get in your way as you continue down your spiritual path. So that's what I have to say about the Knight of Swords. He was a little direct with his wording, but when you put it in a spiritual context, you can see how that is very advantageous to you at this point. If you feel like you are in a stuck position, ask yourself, is there something more I could be doing to stand in my truth? And am I not doing that because there's some fear or doubt about the repercussions of it? And then weigh that. Is standing in my truth more valuable to me than the repercussions of, or the collateral damage of not standing in my truth? All right. Let's see what else we got. Last of the tarot cards. I'm trying to keep up with chat. I never keep up with chat when I'm reading. I'm trying to keep up with chat as I do the cards. Last of the tarot cards is the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands. I'm trying to think. The Nine of Wands. Okay, also 9. We've got 2 nines. I just feel like something is about to close. Some chapter, something we've been asking for, we're about to get it. It's about to close. We're about to move on. 9 of Wands is definitely about standing in your power. Wands is about personal power. It's about inspiration. It's about creative flow. It's about everything that you would associate with the element of fire. And this is the 9. And the 9 is usually, it's not usually, the 9 is taking a final stand, but it's taking a final stand in your own personal power, in your own beliefs. It's feeling as if you need to defend that which you believe in and defend your own personal power, which is interesting because I hadn't even related that to the message I just told y'all from the Knight of Swords, but it seems like the same message is coming through from Spirit in multiple cards. This 9 of Wands is someone who is fiercely defending, last stand defending what it is she believes in. She's getting ready to move into the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands is where she lets down all of her burdens, where she's done fighting and she lets go of some of her burdens. But right now, she is making that last stand. She's letting all the cards fall where they may. She's letting whatever happen needs to happen, but she is not backing down from her personal power and from her own beliefs. So maybe some of that energy will help you and aid you as you move forward in your week. This week, I'm getting a lot of stay the path, a lot of you're on the right path as far as messages and the feeling of this reading that I'm getting. It's almost over. What you've been asking for has almost come to fruition. Believe in luck, believe in you. Remember that message. So I love all of these messages from the tarot. I'm going to leave these cards here just in case they come up again. But let's move on to the oracle cards. What other messages does this group need to hear today? What other messages do we need to hear from Spirit? Going to my unicorn. Maybe I flashed that too fast. Oracle of the Unicorns. Unicorn. Unicorn. I haven't pulled from this deck in a minute. Ooh, what messages do the unicorns have for us? That card. Very fitting. Freedom. Freedom. Look at that. Just imagine that you are that person for just a minute and how that would feel. Up there above the clouds on a flying unicorn, Pegasus, just as free as can be. Live wild and free, choose your freedom, claim your independence. That's what it says in the small print. See what messages the unicorns have for us today. You are a free spirit with an infinite soul who cannot and should not be caged. It is time to forge your own path through life and create everything you want, regardless of how others think you should live. You may have held back to please someone or to protect yourself from judgment. Well, this sounds like the same message again in different words. You may have put your dreams on hold, believing they are too wild or outrageous and that you don't deserve a life that magical. You may have been waiting for approval from someone who will never give it. Now your heart is calling you to freedom. It is time to create the reality that will light you up the most and allow you to be true to your soul. It is time to break the chains of limitation that delay your dreams and remember that anything is possible. It is time to stop caring what others may think of your life choices or how envious they may be of your freedom, and do it anyway. This beautiful winged horse invites you to ride on her back, high above judgments and into the magic of infinite possibilities. She encourages you to fly free, to let your hair stream in the wind, and to take pleasure in your new life. When was the last time you honestly took pleasure in your life? I hope some of y'all can say very recently. You are a free spirit. Spirit? You are a free spirit. Soar into your wondrous life and never look back. So the next time you are worried about someone judging you or someone's opinion of you, just close your eyes for just a minute and imagine that you are here and that their judgments are down here in the muck, in the 3D, in the very heavy world, but you're up here, you are elevated, your spirit is high, you are soaring, and you don't have to worry about anything that is beneath the clouds. So maybe that visual will help you the next time you start to doubt, worry, fear. Just imagine that you are on that unicorn's back and that unicorn is guiding you to a place of not worrying about the opinions or the judgments of others. Don't we all want to live in the clouds like that? All right. Let me just for a moment. I want to take a room. I want to take a look at the room because on my screen, I can never see all of the participants. So I'm glad you all are here. I'm seeing so many people. I never take a moment to stop. Melissa, Darina, Rowan, Alex is here. I hope the baby's doing well. Hi, Alex. Christina. Hello, hello. Sue and Steve and Trudy. All right. Welcome, welcome. And if I didn't mention your name, I love you still. All right. Dragon Path Oracle. Oh, it's too early for me to pronounce this. Asclepius? Card number 27. Is that 27? Am I doing my Roman numerals correctly? Card number 27. Why am I so amazed at that? Because if you reduce it, it's another 9. Another 9, saying we are almost there. We are almost about to cross the finish line with whatever we have been asking for. This dragon, Asclepius, is part of the guardian dragons. He was the ancient Greek god of medicine, the son of Apollo. Upon meeting him for the first time, his opening words were, "Your modern image of the caduceus is incorrect." Interesting. He is the healer of great repute in Greek mythology, and this dragon in particular reminds us that Inside us reside great healers. His particular affinity lies with practitioners who use healing plants, herbalism, homeopathy, and essential oil and flower essences. Add to this his rather shamanic energy and his affinity with snakes, and he is a powerful ally. So every time I pull from this dragon path, most of these dragons from this particular oracle deck, they are archetypes, but I also feel like this type of energy exists in the dragon realm, whether this is an actual dragon that existed or not. This energy exists in the dragon realm. And when I pull from this deck, it is an invitation to call this energy into your personal life. Call this energy into your personal life. He is the dragon of the healer and the shaman. His wisdom is boundless. If he has flown into your reading today, know that you have his abundant knowledge at your side. Continuing with his practical help for your physical life, he asks if you need support of a professional with knowledge of healing plants, or if it's time for you to undertake training in one of the areas mentioned above, or indeed shamanism. Alongside his ability to support those working with plant energies, he is a wonderful ally when we are ready for the next phase of our transformational journey of life. A wonderful ally for that next phase. His presence in your cards today reminds you that together you create the immense combination of transmutation and transformation. Deep within, you know you can and will succeed. Finally, he has this to say, quote, "You are on the cusp of transformation, so allow me to guide you forward along the winding road. Remember, hold on to what you know to be true, for it is your journey and yours alone. Life never stands still. It is forever changing and evolving. Together we can transmute that which binds you. Accept that your journey on earth is about life, death, and rebirth as you transform and grow personally and spiritually," end quote. Beautiful message. Beautiful message. A reminder to maybe look to plant medicine if that's something that interests you, but also a reminder that we all have healers that lie within. Tap into that energy. And the part about transformation and transmutation, he's here to help us with that. So tap into that energy, call that energy. If you don't know how to do it, just tell your guides, "Hey guides, I need some of that dragon energy. Can you get on it, please? And thank you." Let them worry about it. All right. Okay, I hope we are answering some of the questions that you all put out into the universe, giving you some guidance, some direction on your path, on your journey. If there is a particular deck you would like me to read from, you can go ahead and put that over there in the chat, and I will try to get to it if I can. This deck that is next up is Angels and Ancestors by Kyle Gray. Arrow. And in the bottom it says, surround yourself with protective energy. Who needs protective energy? Which one of y'all are out there raw dogging it with no protection? Protective energy, Arrow. Let's see. We have surround yourself with positive people and experiences and environments that make you feel safe. Call on your angels, guides, and ancestors to bring you protection. I feel like this is more about, I'm gonna read some more, but just the message that I'm getting for spirit right now. This isn't about you're under attack, build up your walls. This is more about, I feel like everyone is stepping forward. You're moving into unknown territory. It is the next level that you asked for, but it still feels really scary. And so you feel vulnerable. You feel exposed. You do feel a little bit raw. This asking for protective energies is more about asking for guidance on your path. asking for the divine to step in and alleviate that feeling of vulnerability and alleviate that feeling of openness. Not so much alleviate it, but reinforce and make sure that you feel that you are safe, even though you are walking forward on this unknown path, even though you're going into unknown territory, trying something new, closing one chapter, moving into the next. All of that can feel a little scary and a little uneasy. And this is not about protecting against bad forces. This is more about protect me, show me I'm safe, show me you're with me, help me as I move into this next step. That's the message I'm getting from Spirit. Let me see if there's anything else that this book says. The extended message. Let me go back and talk about why arrow is on this card. Arrows have long been revered as symbols of protection. So maybe you want to create a symbol, put an image of an arrow on your altar and ask for that type of protection. As many native peoples would use the bow and arrow as a weapon of defense. So that's why arrows are associated with protection. When an arrow appears in a meditation or a dream or an oracle reading, it's a sign that you need to protect yourself and what is important to you. All right. The extended message. If you are in a situation where you feel that not everything is clear as it seems, trust your intuition. There are energies in your current situation that aren't fully aligned with your intentions and goals or with kindness. And this could be your own energies. These could be your own energies that are no longer serving you that you need to detach from and release. If you can take time to retreat or step out of this situation just to assess what's going on, it might be beneficial for you to do so. In any event, this is a time to call on the energy of protection and to place yourself in a space that feels safe. So I'm going to go back to saying some of that message was specific to y'all, that extended message. That's why I was called to pull it. But for the most part, the overall message is you're going into unknown territory. Whatever situation you're facing is causing you to feel vulnerable. Call on your guides, your ancestors, your angels to help you feel safe so that you can walk forward confidently. Because we're not turning back on this path, y'all. This is not a, I'm scared, I don't feel my angels around me, so I better stop and reassess. I'm not sure. Nope, we're not doing that. That is not the message I'm getting. I'm getting keep moving forward. Let's give you all the tools so that you can move forward. Now, whether or not you use these tools, whether or not you call on your angels, that's up to you. But you're going to keep moving forward because that's just the momentum of the collective consciousness. That is the momentum of the path. That is the momentum of your asking and your intentions. It is damn near pushing most of us forward. So there's no going back. Sorry if you thought that was the message you were going to get today, but there's no going back. We are not turning around on this journey. Amen, Diane. All right, I got 3 days of breaking. Somebody said they just went to a conference. They spent 3 days of breaking generational curses. They didn't get the immediate breakthrough, but so close, so close. It's hard not to be disappointed that it hasn't manifested. All these cards really resonate. I'm so close. Here's what I have to say for you, and this is not specifically for you. Let's expand this to the whole group. Anybody that feels that they're so close and that they're sick and tired of waiting, Spirit just said in my ear as I read that message, I'm on it. I'm on it. Like, it takes me a minute. You said you wanted a cake. I'm assembling all of the cooperative components. I'm mixing it up. It's in the oven. I'm on it. Spirit is not saying now is the time to think that I am not listening to your prayers. Now is not a time to think that the manifestation and the work that you did is not working. 9s are also signs of letting us know that we have done the work and we are about to receive the manifestation that we've been asking for. So you are almost there, ma'am. You are almost there. The cake is in the oven. That's what I'm hearing your God say. This is specific to you who put that over in chat. The cake is in the oven. I don't know what reference cake has to you. If maybe you ate some cake this weekend, or maybe you're thinking about a cake, or maybe you like to bake. It feels like an ancestor. It actually feels like an ancestor, someone who has crossed over, who liked to bake a lot, that's letting you know it's in the oven. Okay, so just And even when it comes out of the oven, you're still gonna have to wait for it to cool down before you put icing on it. I hope you're not one of those people who eats cake without icing, because then I'm just gonna have to kick you out of my group. It's gonna need to cool down a little bit before you can put the icing on it. So there's steps, okay? There's a process that's going on. You are almost there, my dear. This next deck is, where did I just put the type? Super Attractor. Gabrielle Bernstein, Super Attractor. Let's see what this says. When I live and act from a place of spiritual alignment, I can trust that everything is working out for me, even if I don't know when or how it will happen. That sounds like what I just said. I should have just read the card. All right, that's the message from Spirit. Spiritual alignment, as long as you are staying in spiritual alignment. And this next card, manifesting, is a creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe to co-create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world. So you think you're just benefiting your life by putting something good out there in the world for yourself? You are benefiting collective consciousness, the entire world, the entire universe. Let me just say that, because it's all connected. So every time you ask and get something for yourself that is good and in alignment, you are benefiting all of everything. Isn't that a cool thing to think about? Never really thought about it that way. I like that message. I want to know what I was going to call from, what I was going to read from. Hold on. Oh no. She said, yes, I eat cake without icing. Please don't kick me out. Oh my Lord. Okay, you can stay. But I can only have one person in my group that eats cake without icing. So nobody else confess to that sin. Okay, I'm going from Angel Numbers book, which I actually have a copy of this, which I have to mail out to somebody. Whoops. But the number that I opened up is 542, and it says self-check. Give it your all. Your angels encourage you to do a thorough self-check. They ask you to reflect on where in life you are holding yourself back. Ooh. Reflect on the parts of your life you'd like to change, but that you tend to convince yourself don't need to change. So self-check, give it your all. Reflect on where in your life you are holding yourself back. How do I do that, Valorie? Is there a cheat code? Yup. What did you ask for that you haven't got yet? That's where you're holding yourself back from. Because we create our own realities. And if you're not getting everything that you're asking for in some kind of way, you're holding yourself back. Oh, I haven't pulled from this deck in forever either. Numerology. Numerology. This card is begging to be pulled. Let's put you on top. What card are you? Oh my goodness, it's a 2. Patience. I hate that word. That's a curse word. Patience. I have changed patience to mean active patience in my world. And some of you have heard this before, some of you haven't. To me, active patience, to me, patient, when Spirit says, Valorie, have patience, to me, that's just not the same as saying, sit down, do nothing, and wait. That's not what patience means to me. Patience means, one, it either means the cake is in the oven, but two, and it's card 2. Patience also means to me, if I am not seeing, just like I said with the, how to identify when you're getting in your own way is when you don't have what you want. If I still don't have what I want, some portion of me, my soul, or my energy is not in alignment with what I want. So if I get the message to have patience, that means I need to sit down and realign myself with what I want. So to me, I consider it active patience. I'm not just going to sit down and do nothing. I'm going to sit down and realign myself with what I've asked for. To me, that's active patience. That's still moving myself along the lines of getting what I'm asking for out of life, while still remembering that Spirit is asking me to be patient. Active patience. Let's see. It's another way to look at it. This card indicates a time to stop and enjoy the present moment, as nothing more can be done to achieve the outcome of your desire, except alignment. Alignment can always be done. Rather than take action, you are being asked to evaluate your progress and clarify your dreams, which to me is the same way of asking myself, am I in alignment? Which will help you manifest them sooner. All right, let's see what other messages we have from this. This is an opportunity to focus all your energy and attention on visualizing your dreams, as opposed to pushing against the obstacles standing in your way. Surrender the outcome to the universe and get on with living your life. Allow things to come to fruition in divine order and timing. I love that. The affirmation is, I patiently trust and surrender the outcome to the divine. Focus all your energy and attention on visualizing your dreams, not just visualizing your dreams, but feeling into the emotion. What would it feel like? The best manifesting game I ever started playing was the what if game. What if this was this way? And then what would I feel like if this was this way? And then once you can get into the feeling of it, what would it feel like if I won $1 million? What would it feel like if Idris Elba finally got my phone number and called me? What would it feel like? And if you can capture the emotion of what it would feel like, you are 80% there to your manifestation, because it's all about emotion and feeling first, and then everything else afterwards. In the King James Version Bible, patience is translated to perseverance. I love that. Love that. This is from the Oracle deck called Mystical Shaman. So we're going to get some shamanistic input. Ooh, interesting. 22, the Ghost Dance. I don't think I've pulled this card before. The Ghost Dance. I hope you are getting your questions answered. If something feels like it's still not being answered yet, take a deep breath, send that ask up to the universe one more time, and we'll try to get to it here in the next 13 minutes. The Ghost Dance. The Ghost Dance of the American Plains Indians united the spirits of the living with those of the ancestors to bring peace to the world. When the ancestors are honored, they bring harmony to us. When we hold them responsible for all that is wrong with us today, they haunt us. Honor the spirits of the ancestors and receive their lessons and gifts. This includes honoring your own past lives. The invitation. The ancestors have a message of healing and powerful medicine to offer you. Create a sacred moment at your altar, light a candle to them, and let their wisdom infuse you. At this stage in your life, you are done repeating their tragic stories. This sounds like breaking generational curses to me. Step into the abundance that is offered to you, receive the gifts of those that have come before you, and write a new story for your life. You are done repeating their tragic stories. That's the part that stood out to me. The medicine. If you are trapped in a vicious cycle of nostalgia, mourning a lost youth, or opportunities missed, it is time to make an altar for the ancestors. Collect a few photos, light some incense, offer sage, and open the windows of your house to release them to their destiny and to the wind. And I'm going to say it gave you some suggestions about candles, incense, sage. Do what feels right for you. Create your own ritual that feels most effective to yourself. The point is, find a way that you can honor your ancestors. Be wary of being snared in relationship with someone from a past lifetime, as the people we loved or hurt have a way of reappearing in our lives. There is no learning from you there. There is no learning for you there anymore. So I feel like this is about releasing your past, releasing your ancestors, like stop blaming your ancestors for everything, that because think about your life. In everything that you have done wrong, you have also done a lot of right. And oftentimes we forget to acknowledge all of the right and all of the good that our ancestors did. So this is about realigning your energy, resituating your energy, making sure that you are thanking them for all that they have done to perpetuate the bloodline, for one, just so that you can exist, but also for all that they have done. Because I do believe that all of us who have been called for light workers have at least one or two other light workers in our ancestry. So find them, thank them, maybe even create an altar for them so that you can honor them and call in their wisdom. What other deck am I being called to go to? Somebody still got questions. I feel like maybe I can squeeze two more decks in because the Maria deck is calling to me too. This deck that I'm pulling from is, do we have more than one card? It's the Cosmic Journey Oracle. I draw my cards energetically. And when I fan my cards out and it feels like every card needs to speak during this reading, that tells me that this deck, the energy of this deck is where a lot of us are at. I am going to only go with one card, but I want to say the energy of this deck is helping you navigate your spiritual journey, your spiritual path. It calls it Cosmic Journey, but it's all about navigating your spiritual path, which means, again, the message is repeating. We are all moving forward. This is not a moment to sit down. This is a moment to ask, where's my next step and how do I make it in the easiest way? Your greatest work is your legendary legacy. 42. Your greatest work is your legendary legacy. You've drawn the sword of destiny. Your legendary legacy awaits. An action that you take now may be felt for years or more. Your greatest work will stand against the endless tides of history, washing everything else away. Paradoxically, by trying to create a legacy, you might nullify the likelihood it'll happen. You must dare differently. Dare is capitalized. You must dare differently. I don't think I've ever read this card before. D, discover what you are uniquely designed to do. A, activate your unique genius by proclaiming your authentic power. That's about stepping into power. That sounded like a lot of words. Activate your unique genius, proclaim your authentic power. It's as simple as making a statement. I am ready to claim my authentic power in this moment. R, remember your true mission here and why you incarnated at this time. E, evolve your deepest dream into full service for the largest collective. I really like this card. The Cosmic Catalyst, which is just a question you can ask yourself. What is my deepest dream for the largest collective? Oh, that's a big one. And the Cosmic Checkbook, which is an activity or something that you can do to call in these energies or to process this information. Take an assessment that provides you with insight into another facet of your inborn genius and unique ability. And some examples of what those assessments might be is Enneagram, Colby, I'm not familiar with that one. Wealth Dynamics, I'm not familiar with that one. Or Fascination, I'm not familiar with that one. I am familiar with the Enneagram. You can also take, read your astrology chart, lots of places you can do that for free but go into your astrology chart specifically looking for your gifts, talents, abilities. You can also do that with human design. You can also do that with Akashic records, a blueprint reading from a practitioner. So that's an activity you might take. And I know you can find like all kind of different personality, spiritual gift. Just type into Google, test for spiritual, not spiritual, test for inborn gifts, or test for, maybe you do want to know what your spiritual gifts or your psychic gifts are. And I'm sure a lot of options will come up, and do which one you are drawn to. Take whatever test you are drawn to. But I will say, those things can give you a lot of insight and a lot of clarity on what you came here to do and what your unique, hidden, or maybe not so hidden talents might be. Okay, last deck. You have that deck? Is that what you're saying, Christine? Is that you have that deck? I think that's what you were saying. Let's get a little bit of guidance from our galactic friends. And I'm going to the Beyond Lemuria deck. Let's turn this card over together. What do we have? Transformation again. Card number 53. Transformation, transmutation. That word has been repeated several times on several different cards. So we are moving, y'all. We're getting into the next area of our life. We're letting go of what's no longer serving us. Transformation. Let me just hold that up because I just love the artistry of these cards. This is the author speaking. This painting started with the name. I needed a hug, so I painted one. During the creation process, the image underwent a profound transformation that paralleled the journey I was taking deep within myself. This card signifies going inward and being truly present with wherever you are in your process. It emits a sense of self-nurture and space that is held as a container for our delicate and vulnerable gestation periods. The final image is filled with blessings like an angelic embrace. This care emanates from the being, implying that she is creating it for herself. The most powerful healing comes from a place of presence and acceptance for all that doesn't try to fix anything or push things away. It's just a sitting and just letting everything be. Everything is as it is, and I'm okay with it. And I'm ready for the next chapter. That I'm not going to push anything away. I'm not going to try to fix anything. The divinatory meaning. Feel whatever you need to feel. It may be hard to be present with some parts of yourself. Bring them into a cocoon of gentle self-love and reflection, and insight will come. The shadows can be released, and your heart space will soften. Cry or be angry if this is what you are holding on to, and laugh at the hilarious, ironic, divine perfection of it all. This card beckons you beyond your constructed outer self, where you can delve into the beautiful abyss of your being. Revel in the twilight before the dawn, and let your wings unfurl. I like that. Again, talking about we're almost at the dawn. Revel in the twilight before the dawn. Transformation. It talked about being delicate and vulnerable, but in a gestation period. Gestation reminds me of being in the womb, and a baby is delicate and vulnerable when they're in the womb, but they're getting ready for the next part of their life. You all are getting ready to birth something, get ready for something new to burst into your life, something joyous, something fulfilling, but vulnerable. Gestation, that vulnerable word came up before when we pulled a protection card, and it's about letting all of the energies, angels, ancestors, guides, higher power, God, let that wrap around you and give you an energetic hug of protection as you are in this vulnerable space before you move beyond, before you move to the next one. So that's our reading for today. I hope all of these messages have served you well and help you as you go forth in your week to manifest. It's called Magical Monday Manifestations for a reason. We are co-creators with the universe. You do your part, it'll do its part. Let's not cross those lines and get them blurred up, and allow ourselves to manifest a beautiful life for this week. And I will see you back next week, and we'll talk about what energies have shifted and what has changed. Thank you all so much for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye, everyone. Have a great Monday. Good seeing so many faces again.